Well, very good morning, guys. Last class, we just been talking about the tag helpers. I was explaining about the different tag helpers that are available to us, like image tag helper, like environment tag helper, form tag helper. So a lot of tag helpers are there. We'll use them, but few things I just already given an idea. And basically, I wanted to demonstrate to you about the image tag helper here. I want to demonstrate about the image and the environment tag helpers. Remaining all we'll see, but image and the environment tag helpers are just I want to use in the code. In a project, yeah, already last class we created a project now, MVC Core tag helpers, and there we created a login page. Correct? You're just opening that project. We already have an account controller that we defined in our project. Yeah, already we have an account controller. Adding two more action methods there. One is index and one is register. One is the index action method and one is the register action method. Okay. And now what I just wanted to do is in the www root, what this should contain static files. Remember? Here, I want to add a folder called as images. Images. And I want to add some images in the folder now. Hey, images adding and all we know, but make sure where you're adding. In your MVC5, we add it directly under the project. But in MVC Core, compulsory, you're required to add it under www root folder. That's important. Okay, MVC5, no restrictions. Anywhere you add, it works. But here it should be under www root folder. Now add some images in the folder, guys. Right click, add existing item. I'm adding two images here, guys. One is register and one is register 2. Right, two images are there. Just adding the two images in the folder. This is my first image, register. And this is my second image, register 2. Two simple images, what I just taken. Completely both are different. Okay. In my registration page, I want to use the register image now. In the registration page, I want to use the register image. Okay, let's create a registration page now. How? Right click, add view, empty. Nothing else. Simply add an empty view. That's all. Name it as register.cshtml. Register.cshtml. And here I want to write some code for launching an image now. That image should be shown in my application. Watch, guys. I am using Bootstrap in my code. Instead of install Bootstrap now, okay. Yeah, I'm just using the Bootstrap. I dragged and dropped and just using the Bootstrap in the code. And now I added one image here. Image. Which image? Array, // refers to my root folder now. No need to type www root. That's my project root folder. Okay. And I'm using a bootstrap class here. Card image top something. It's a bootstrap class. Run this, nothing special. Just we'll see the image. Not bothering. Don't bother about the bootstraps and all. Just watch it here. You will get an image on the screen now. What is the controller? Account, method name, register. Yeah, guys, this is my image. Got my image. This is my image what I used. Now, when I designed this and used this, the client did not like the image. The client did not like the image. And because the client did not like the image, the client has given me another image and asking me to use the new image now. Are you clear? And what did I say, guys? The basically, if at all you want to change an image, if at all you want to change the image, the very, very important thing is just to rename the new image with the old name. Rename the new image with the old name. What is the old image name? So we'll do one thing. First, let us rename this as wrist 1. Okay, now? And this is a new image what the client has given me to use now. I'm just going to rename as register. So that wherever the image is used in all the places, this has to affect now. Okay, let's run the page again. Still, I'm getting the old image. Still, I'm getting the old image. Why? That's what I said to you. Caching. This is the biggest problem now. Caching. Browser cache the images now. And still it is loading. If I want to do that, what should I do? I need to clear my cache. Cached images and files. Sorry. Okay. I'm clearing the cached images and files. Cleared. Got your new image. Are you clearer or not? Got your new image. So what is the headache now? Every time I need to clear the cache now. Without clearing the cache, I cannot see the new images. Every time what I should do is clear the cache. And if I don't clear the cache, I don't get the new images now. So compulsory, I should clear the cache every time now. Did you understand me? But thing is, you're an end user. You are an end user. How do you know, yaar, the image is changed there? You don't know, na. You are not aware the image is changed by someone. Someone has changed the image. We don't know. Image is changed. Fine. But how do the end user know? Image is changed. So I'm not getting the new image. I need to clear the cache. Then I'll get the new image. You don't know that, na? Correct? Huh? That is the problem now. And see, and how you are going to resolve this particular problem is even after changing the image, the new image should load automatically. Again, we'll do try, guys. What? Let us rename this back as register 2 and the old image should come now. What is that? Register. So again, you're planning to get the old image now. Getting her? No, you're not getting. You're not getting that. What you're getting is the new image is coming, old image is not coming. Again, same thing. Clear the cache if at all you want to see the image now. Clear the cache. Rename. We are correctly done on that. Oh, rename did not work. Sorry. Rename this as register 2. And this should be renamed as register. Yeah. So once go for clearing the cache. Got it. Understood? Sir, without clearing the cache, can't we load this? Basically, it is a problem in the web application. In all web applications, the problem. And now it's resolved for us in our, tag helpers with the help of the tag helpers. How you know? You're provided with a new attribute called as ASP-append-version. ASP-append-version. We are provided with an attribute called ASP-append-version is equals to, you are required to give a value true. Okay, now I just done this. All of you observe carefully. What is the current image? This is the current image. All are register only. This is the current image with a finger symbol on it. Okay, this is the current image. Run. Is the image loaded? Now, if you go and watch the view page source, guys, basically what it does, for every image, it will generate you one hash code value. It will generate you some hash code value, and that is appended to your image. See? Did you notice it or not? So this is the name right now, what you are seeing. Something. Okay. Now stop it. Let us do the rename now. Come on. Let us change this to register 1. And this is the new image I want now. Register. Okay. Renamed. Executing now. Came up, see, no. I did not even clear the cache. You take one more image, put in a register, that image will come automatically. No need to clear the cache. Why, sir? What happened? The image name is different now. What is the meaning? Actually, for everything, it is going to create a key value. And now this is completely taken like the name of the image. Our image name is not register.jpg. Image name is register.jpg question mark v is equals to, this is the name of the image now. Now, again, are the names same? Huh? Last class, what I said to you, if the names are same, first it will check in the, with the given name, first it will check in the cache, finds it, loads it, doesn't find, goes to server. Now there is an image with the name, this one, but not this one. With this name, do I have an image? No. So what to do? Go to server, load the image. Are you clearer or not? So now, if you use this new attribute, what is the attribute name? ASP-append-version is equals to true. Now, you have an advantage of not clearing the cache. Every time you put a new image with the same old name, the new image gets loaded on the client system. So for every image based on the size and content, say size and content, this hash key value will be generated. Sir, if I use this old image again, will I get the same hash key again? Did you understand my question? If I use the same old one again, will I get the same hash key? Let's verify. Let's verify. How? Rename again, guys. Change this to register 2. Yeah, change this to register. See, now again, if you get the same hash key, it won't contact the server. It will load from the cache. If it is a different hash key, it will connect to the server. Okay. What? Based on the size and content of the image, it generates the value. For the one image, always you'll get the same hash key. That won't change. Did you get my point or not? If I go with a new image, again, I'll get the second image, I'll get the same hash key only. It won't change every time. It won't change every time. For one image, one hash key. That's it. If the image changes, hash key changes. Again, you bring the old image, don't think like one more hash key will be generated. No, it won't generate. So based on the size, based on the content of the image, it will generate you this as hash key value, not ASCII, hash, not ASCII, hash key value, HASH. Okay, it is called as a hash key value. It will generate you one hash key value. For one image, always this hash key value will be same now. Point clear, all of you? Yes or not? So this is how you can resolve the imaging problem now. And the other thing is with Bootstrap. The other thing is with the Bootstrap or Twitter, whatever you're just using. Just a minute, guys. I wanted to go for creating another view for index. Here also you can use, but just I'm showing you one more example. Add a view for index. In the head tag, I'm putting a title. In the body tag, I'm just using environment. That's it. I think index form and something like an environment. When I run this, what do you get? You'll see that environment. That's all now. Nothing will come. You'll see that environment. Account. Why index? Default only, na? Default action only, na? Account is enough. So environment. I just put something like this. That's all. Now, guys, when you're using this now, basically, I want to apply some styling on this now. I want to apply some styling or appropriating. Okay, I'll apply you. But before that, I just want to show you environment. I want to show you what environment are we now? Are we in the development environment? Are we in the production environment? Are you clear? Right now, you're in the development environment. Tomorrow, it can be staging environment. Tomorrow, it can be. And based on the environment, I want something to do differently in my code now. So I need to identify my environment now. If you want to identify the environment, you're provided with an option, guys. What you know? First, you're required to go for using something called inject. You're required to inject a web hosting environment service now. What is this inject? I'll tell you. In the dependency injection classes, I'll tell you. Okay, don't bother what is it right now. Just in the dependency injection classes, I'll teach you about this one. I'm adding a line of code on the top. Microsoft ASP.NET Core hosting I web hosting environment and a variable of it. env. I declare a variable here. I declare a variable of type I web host environment that is present under a namespace now. And now here I can say @env dot and you can get the environment name now. You can get the environment name now. Which environment are you now? Development. Run and see. You will get the environment as development. Shall I change to production? Where to change, I said to you? Come on, where to change? Not app settings. Launch settings, not app setting, launch settings. Under properties, under the properties, go to launch settings. And in the launch settings, you're running under IS Express, guys. So go to IS Express, change this. Change this to production. Change this environment to production. IS Express only, no? So profiles also it is present. No need. Just a minute. Again, maybe a cache issue. Maybe a cache issue, that's all. Page got cached. Page got cached. You see now, your environment is production. So you can find out in the code whether you are in the production environment or whether you are in the development environment. Okay. Now, I want to use Bootstrap in my code now. I want to use Bootstrap in my code. Yesterday I explained you. In production environment, in development environment, I want to use local Bootstrap. And in production environment, I want to use, what did I say? From where? CDN. I want to use the CDN. Content Delivery Network is what I want to use now. And to do that, use the environment element now. Environment. Okay. Include development. If the environment is development, if the environment is development, use what? Local Bootstrap. Use the local Bootstrap. Okay, again, environment. Don't use include now. What do you say? Exclude means if it is not a development environment, use CDN Bootstrap. Use CDN Bootstrap now. Are you getting me? Use the CDN Bootstrap. Okay, you need to find out the CDN link for Bootstrap now. Bootstrap CDN. Start imports global. Where is CDN? Include via CDN. Yeah. This is the CDN link. Copy. Paste. I'm using a CDN link now. Okay. The current version of the Bootstrap is 5.3.0. Clear? So I'm just using the current, the latest version of the CDN, that is 5.3.0. When I prepared it is a 5.1.1, guys. Okay. Now, I just safe side, clear the complete browsing history once. Okay, run it. What is your environment now? Production. Production should use CDN. Account. Production. Check yourself. Check yourself. The environment tags and all are not there. Everything is deleted. We have only that link in the header tag. Only that link in the header tag now. Are you clear? And suppose tomorrow, once you go for changing the environment here to development, once you change the environment to development, page cache, that's the page caches. Development. Check. What is using now? It uses the local bootstrap now. Based on the development environment, it uses the local bootstrap. Once you go to production now, it uses CDN. It uses CDN. That is the environment. These are the two new things what we have. One is about the image and one is about the environment, how we can use it. Inputs and all, when we design the user interfaces, I'll show you guys. Text boxes. We need to know registration form, login forms, all will create. Then we'll use all those things. That's why I just plan to show you both these two things. One is the environment tag helper. And here I shown you about the image tag helper. Okay. And to identify the environment, you're required to use this particular iWebhost environment. You're declaring a variable here, I'm telling you. Just a variable and env.environment name. Okay. So what is this inject? I'll teach you. I'll talk about this inject in the concept of the dependency injection pattern. Okay. We'll discuss about it. Yeah, guys, this is how you do it. And the same way, guys, you have an option of creating your own tag helpers also. You can create your own tag helpers. Use the predefined tag helpers. See, input existing only. Input is existing fun only. Image is also existing. Existing tag only, they have defined it. That's all. But environment is completely a new tag. In HTML, we don't have any tag called environment. In HTML, we don't have any tag called as environment. Means whenever environment is used in my code, internally, a class called environment tag helper will come into action. Last class I said you recollect yourself. If I use a label in my code now with the attributes, label tag helper class will come and renders you the required output now. Are you clear? If I use input with the new attributes, what class will come now? Input tag helper comes and applies there. Environment. In HTML, we don't have any environment, but this is all server code. All this code is server side code. Not a client side code. Renders into client, but first executes on the render. See, already last class we discussed tag helpers are authored in C# and servers on the server side. They run on the server side. When I use this environment tag, HTML doesn't have anything called environment. What happens? In the server, a class called environment tag helper is invoked. And that code that is going to render you the required output. That class will render you the required output. Did you understand my point or not? So this is a process of calling a class actually. This is a process of calling a class. We are invoking a class behind the screen. Which class are we invoking? Environment tag helper class is what I'm invoking. See, suppose if I use image tag in my application, listen. I'm using image tag in my application. I did not use this at all. No predefined class will come now. Why? All these attributes are HTML attributes only. I did not use any new attributes here. Source is old, new attribute or old attribute? Class. All these are old attributes, nothing new now. So the image tag helper class won't come into action now. When will it come, sir? When I use this attribute now. What attribute? This will call you the class. Which class? Image tag helper. The image tag helper will render you the new image tag for you by appending the hash key value. Did you catch my point or not? Now image tag helper will come now. An image tag helper will render you an image tag. How? Like this. And here it will append you something, some hash key value, something. We saw that. That value is coming. So if I write like this, image tag helper class will come and renders me like this. But guys, I'm not writing like this. How am I writing, you know? I am writing like this only. Just a minute. No image tag helper, nothing. Directly, this is only rendered. That is only rendered now. Point clear. Why, sir? Because I did not use any new attributes. So what did you write? As it is taken. When you use the new attributes, then the predefined classes will come into action. Sir, when will the predefined classes comes into action? The predefined classes comes into action when we use either, means it can be a tag, it can refer to a tag also, or attributes also. When I use attributes, sometimes see environment is here. In that case, not about the attribute. For environment tag only class will come now. Why? There is no environment tag in HTML. There is no environment tag in HTML. Then only it will come. But here image tag is present in HTML. So here it comes into picture only when I use my attribute. If this attribute is present only, image tag helper will come. But when you come to environment, there is no tag called environment in HTML. Are you getting me? So because there is no tag called environment in HTML, when I use environment tag only, environment tag helper class will come into action. Okay. I want to show you a new thing now. Watch. I want to show you a complete new thing now. What is it? I want to create a page, man. I just want to create a page here. The index page only, in the index page only, I wanted to do some few things here. We have an index page here now. Yeah, in this index page. Just, we only printing environment there, that's all. I want to write some few things. Watch. Click to navigate. I want to just create a link to go to login page. I want to create a link to go to the login page, home/login. And all of you watch, what is this? This is nothing but the very old style of writing a hyperlink now. HTML code. This is HTML style. Okay, na? Now I want to write the same in HTML helpers. I want to write the same by using HTML helpers. How do you write? @HTML.action link, login, comma home. Array, login is the text. Login, action method name, home, controller name. That's how you write now. Okay, I'm not going to login. I'll go to register. I'll go to register. Observe, guys. Action method, controller. I want to do some styling now. Here we used a class now. They also want to use a class now. How? New of. Sir, what about this one? That is route. That is for routes. That place is reserved for routes. I don't want routes now. What I want? HTML attributes. New of. Okay. No, I want to use tag helpers. I want to go for using the tag helper now. Okay. Just want to use the tag helper. So, for example, I want to use a tag helper. Come on, how to write? A class is equals to hyphen primary. BDN hyphen primary. Don't use href. Use ASP hyphen action. What is the action method you want to call? I want to call an action method with a name called about. Not there, we'll define it. About. Second, I wanted to define a, I want to use a controller. What is the controller? ASP hyphen controller. Assume like there is a controller called as home. All are home controller only. All are home controller. And what is the text you want to see? The text I want to see is about. The text I want to see is about. Yeah. Well, so I created a link now. See now, the last one, you see the last one. What is this? This is tag helper styling now. And you run it, all the three should show you the same output only. All the three has to show you the same output in this case now. I got the three links. View page source. Check yourself. Check it out. All three are same. Three ways of writing the code, that's all. But all three are going to be one and the same. Okay. So how did you write? If you're working here, you're writing class, href, and all this like this. And coming to href tomorrow, what is home, what is login is a conflict, is a confusion. But you see, this action, this is controller. We are clearly mentioning it here now. So this is a descriptive. This is descriptive compared with it. So compare with all the three, the last one is going to be the descriptive, what you are following. So that's what I said to you. No need of specially learning of this tag helpers again. You know the HTML. New attributes are there. I'll tell you the attributes, use them. That's all. Nothing more to learn. How did we create it is first one and third one coding is somewhat similar only. See, class btn primary. Next, there you written htf is equals to, but here directly written action controller name. There you said login, and here I said about. Frankly speaking, the action link is only conflicting lengthy code. Text here, name and all null. If I want to use any HTML attributes again new off. No pain. Now simple. What? Directly we are using class is equals to. So made the things much more simple and easier. That's what I'm telling. It made the things much more simple and easier. Compare with the 1 and 2 styles. 3 is going to be much more simple and easier. Means knowledge of HTML is enough here to create the UIs. If you know HTML, enough. You know HTML, tags, attributes. Now I'll tell you new attributes. Use the new attributes, enough. Now see, when I use this internally, it will invoke a class now. What class? Anchor tag helper class. What is the class name? Anchor tag helper. The anchor tag helper class is going to render. Is going to render your this output. Are you clearer or not? The anchor tag helper is going to render your this output. What is the class name? Not a tag helper, anchor tag helper. The name itself is anchor tag helper. What it generates is tag a tag is going to be generated. A is anchor only, but the name itself is anchor. Means don't think like that class name and that tag name should be same. No, not required. Anything it can. Rendering me whatever you write, that should be coming out. That's all. Something they written there, and what they written there is going to be rendered like this to you on screen now. But watch, finally all three looking as it is same, damn same. No difference between anything. Okay, fine. Next, I want to add 3 more links here, guys. I want to add 3 more links here. What 3 more links here? Let's see, just a minute. I'm just using a bold tag, stop strong. And here I just wanted to go for giving a link for sending an email. I want to give a link for sending an email. How do you give a link for sending an email? You know, just watch it. If at all you want a link for sending an email, how do you write is anchor tag? href is equals to suppose if I say href is equals to some mail address here. Some mail address here. And afterwards, here I'm writing support. Otherwise, we'll say support@narashetty.com. So now, all of you, what is it? When you click on the support, it has to provide me an option for sending a mail now. Okay, run. So when I click on this, nothing is happening. What is happening? It is just going to take that as your page. It is thinking like it is a page now. Why? href is that only. But if at all you want it to behave like a mailing option, you're required to prefix as mail to. That's a keyword in HTML. Mail to, prefix as mail to. Run. Tomorrow in your companies, when you're working in the companies, your systems are configured with Outlook. Your systems are configured with the Microsoft Outlook, the mailing system. And when you just say that, when you use that, automatically it will open your Outlook. It will open your Outlook. See there now. Did you notice the difference? If Outlook is configured on your machine, you click on that, it opens Outlook for sending a mail. And this is taken as a to address. Automatically that is taken as a to address. Okay, Outlook is not there. We can configure mail also. On the top, you'll find this option mail and click on the OK. We need a configuration. Just a minute. Just that mail, configure your email here. Gmail only. I'm configuring my Gmail there. Watch it, all of you. Got it? I should use the element there, the text before. What is it? Mail to. When I use mail to, automatically, generally in the companies, Outlooks are configured, Outlook will open. Because Outlook is not available, Outlook requires an Exchange server and all. I configure the general mail on your Windows OS. When you click on that, it launches. See there. From address is my address and to address is support@narashetty.com automatically. Are you clear? So now like this, I just want to add 3 links now. One is support link. One is for support. Second one is for marketing. And third one is for sales. Again, same process. Third one, sales. Also marketing, sales. Run, and you can see all the three links on that. Whatever link you click, automatically that will take as a to address now. From address is your address. So when I click on marketing, check yourself. marketing@naresheti.com. When I click on sales, sales@naresheti.com. support@naresheti.com. Are you clear? On your system, if you configure this mail option for your Gmail, automatically everything will be opening up in the mail now. No need to open a browser, Gmail. Here only inbox, everything will come there. Provided I configure it. Should be configured first. Are you getting my point here? Okay. Now, what is my plan? My plan is we are using an anchor tag here. We are using an anchor tag. To make this a little bit descriptive, not an anchor tag, guys, I want to use a tag called as email tag. I want to use a tag called, but HTML doesn't have email tag. HTML doesn't have email tag now. But I want to use it. HTML doesn't have environment tag also. But working or not, same way, I want to use a email tag now. Are you clear? I want to use an email tag. And I just want to use the attribute called as target address. Target address. Target address is equals to, and I want to give this address now. Are you clear? I want to use this tag now. I want to use this particular tag. Okay, just a second. Notepad. I want to use this tag. When I use this tag, if I write like this, now what it has to do, it has to render me this output like this. A href is equals to mail to. I won't write all this. Just a minute. I won't write here. I'll write only support. I won't write mail to and all. I don't know that. Simply email, target address, whom you want to mail. This one. But it has to render me code like this. It has to render me code like now. You need a text now. Coming to text, because they did not give a text. That only should be shown as a text also. Sorry. Means if I write this code, it has to generate me this code. Are you guys clearer or not? Just like environment is a new tag. What Microsoft has given when I use it, it is rendering me some code now. Now I am telling you, I will write this. It should render this. Okay. Next, I want to even have more attributes to it. I just want to even define more attributes to it. What like more attributes to it? More attributes in the sense, I want to display the inner text and all the things. Means something, I'll tell you. I'll just tell. Watch this now. If I use like this, mail to domain name, means without writing both, I will divide and write now. I will write mail to domain name. If I write like this, now also what it has to generate me, same only, mail to marketing@naresheti.com. Here also, it has to render me this. Means I may write both by using an attribute called target address, or I want to divide and write. How? Array, controller name separately, action method name separately, we are writing now. Same I want to separate. What? Domain name. Is it clear? And coming to here, you're giving some text here. I want to define this text also on my own. I want to define the text also in my own. How? Sales, mail to is sales. And here I want to write inner HTML is equals to, I want to write like this. If I write like this, guess now what should render? A. href is equals to, I'm sorry, mail to sales@nareshit.com. And here should come here sales by. Means in my code, if I use this, the rendered output show me like this. If I use this, the rendered output should show me like this. If I use this, the rendered output should show me like this. In the place of mail to domain name, I can even write target address here. And in the place of mail to domain name, I can also use target address. Then also it has to generate me the output like this. So what should I do now? What you should do? You need to define your own tag helper class now. You need to develop your own tag helper class. Till now, what we learned yesterday is working with predefined tag helper classes. There are so many predefined tag helpers: image tag helper, input tag helper, anchor tag helper, okay, environment tag helper. So many. Form tag helper. Same way, I want to define my own tag helper. What name you want to give, sir? Any name. I want to give the name as email tag helper. And that email tag helper should be invoked when I use my email tag. Just to see, half an hour back I said you, environment tag helper is a class. When I use the environment tag, the class is invoked now. Now, what is my tag now? Which class it has to invoke? Open the mouth here. Open the mouths. Come on. It has to invoke you the email tag helper class now. Are you getting me? So there is a new class I want to define in my project. I'm defining a custom tag helper. How to define a tag helper? Easy, guys. Very simple. The code is very simple. First step. Add a folder in your project called as tag helpers. Why? Same here. All controllers in controllers folder. All models in models folder. All tag helpers in tag helpers folder. Got it? Okay. So mandatory, not mandatory. Follow. See, tomorrow you want to separation, na? Where controllers are there, where tag helpers are there. For better understanding, always try to define it a separate folder. So I add a folder called tag helpers. In this, I'm adding a class now. What is the class name? Email tag helper. Compulsory, sir, it should be email tag helper. Yes. Compulsory should suffix with tag helper. Whatever name you want to give it, no problem, but should suffix with tag helper, mandatory. Just like all controllers suffix with the word controller, all tag helpers should suffix with the word tag helper. So my tag helper is email tag helper. Now here I can write my code now, like my rendering code. What I'm expecting, I can just write my rendering code. And this class, see, a class to become a controller should inherit from controller. A class to become an exception, and from exception. A class to become a tag helper should inherit from tag helper. Should inherit from tag helper, colon, tag helper, not tag helper. So tag helper is your namespace name. Tag helper, not coming. Yeah, not coming. Namespace. Because of the namespace issue, it is not coming. So the namespace is, forgot. Microsoft.asp.NET Core.Razer.tag helpers. Import it. Using Microsoft.Core.Razer.tag helpers is a namespace. And now you can come and say tag helper. Now you got it. See, tag helper. So now your class is a tag helper now. Now in this, you're required to write the logic. Okay, we'll write the logic, but first answer my question. How many properties you're planning to have? Array, properties are nothing but attribute. Attributes are properties. Now, you know, what is an attribute? Attributes are properties. Come on, how many properties you want? Tell me the count first. 4. What are the 4? Target address, mail to, domain name, inner HTML. They are the 4 properties. Are you clear? While defining the properties or attributes or anything, remember we follow Pascal case. Naming, we follow Pascal case. Target address, T capital, A capital, correct? But the same thing when you write here, you say target hyphen address. That one. Actually, the property name is ASP controller. How you write? ASP hyphen controller. ASP action. How do you write? ASP hyphen action. Here also, property name is target address. But when you write here, target hyphen address. Property name is inner HTML. How do you write? Inner hyphen HTML. So to separate the words, follow Pascal case convention always. Otherwise, you don't follow Pascal case. I defined a property here. Inner HTML. It's considered like one word only now. Outright. This is considered as 2 words now. And when you're accessing it, how you write? Inner hyphen HTML. Okay. So fine. So that's what. So let us define the 4 properties. We know how to define properties. I don't require to give you an explanation. Wow. Come on, guys. Have a look. Simple. That's all. Mail to, domain name, target address, inner HTML. So when you're calling it, how to call? Mail hyphen to, domain hyphen name, target hyphen address, inner hyphen HTML. When we use the email tag, with these attributes, we need to get some rendering code now. Yes or not? What code should be rendered? You're required to write it under one method by overriding a method called process. Process object. Yes, process only. The method name is process. You're required to override that method. The method is defined in tag helper. You need to override that. See now, override process. This is the method. In this, you're required to write all the implementation. What are you planning to see as an output? You can use it. What are you planning to see as an output? You can use it. Suppose you are working with any sessions or anything. Use the context object to access the session. In authentication classes I shown you, you cannot access the sessions directly in normal pages. They can accessible only in the CSHTML pages only. Why? If you want to access session, the parent class should be a controller for you now. But here the parent class is not a controller. What is the parent class? So you cannot access a session. And on that day I said, if you want to use the session context dot, check it out, check your authentication, authorization. We just defined our own authorization filter. On that we used filter context dot and we access the session. So because session, see, if I want to use session in the code, what should be present here, you know? Controller should be present. Then only you can use session. Why, sir? Sessions are declared in controller. Then only we can use. But my parent is not a. So what is my parent? I cannot use session. To provide access to session, what you are given? Tag helper context. This context will provide you access to sessions if required. If required. Second one. What is the second parameter? This is an object to the output stream. What should be rendered? You are going to write by using that. What should be rendered? You are going to write by using that. Simple, guys. Tell me what you want to render. When I use email, what do you want to render? When I use email, what tag you want to render? I'll be more specific. What tag you want to render? Anchor tag. Correct only, na? Output dot. That's it. I'm going to tell the output tag should be anchor tag. The output tag should be anchor tag. Output dot tag name is equals to a. Means wherever I use the email tag, what will come now? Anchor tag will come. Are you clear? Now, this is going to generate a tag. Okay, for tag, attributes are required. Inner HTML is required. How to add an attribute? If you want to add an attribute, set attribute, remember. Yes, the method name is set attribute. Set attribute. Okay, just a second. Guys, see, target address is there. It's a string. Can be null or can be empty string also. Yes or not? I want to verify it is null and not empty. How do you write? If target address not equal to null and target address not equal to empty string, that's how you write. How to write, man? If target address, see, that's showing you not equal to null and target address, not equal to empty string. So you understood the meaning of it? It's not an empty string, it is not a null. Without writing 2 times, in the string class, we directly have a method called is null or empty. Is null or empty. What? Target address. Is it clear? If not null or empty. If it is not null or empty, what is the meaning? The meaning is user has given a target address now. User has given a target address. What to do? Output dot attributes dot set attribute. What you want to do now? Tell me what you want to get it. Array, you want to see mail to colon, and there the target address should come now. Again, watch. If I give target address, what should be rendered? Mail to support@narashetty.com now. Correct? That only right here. Just use a $sign here so that you can use curly braces and write off target address. See now. So what will happen? Mistake. Dollar cannot convert string to tag helper attribute. Okay. No. First one is attribute name. What you want? href. Second one is what you want. So what do you want? I want to add an attribute. Attribute name is href. Watch. What is the value? Mail to target address. Guys, that is null. That is null. If that is null, I require to pick domain name and mail to. What I should pick? Mail to and the domain name. These two should be picked now. Are you clearer? Okay. So what do you write? Come on, help me. Tell me how to write. Mail to colon. What should come first? Array mail to only should come now. Mail to property. Next. At the rate domain name. Array, see man, what you written? Marketing Narashetty. You want to see marketing Narashetty, huh? Marketing @narashetty.com. And before that, mail to. And this mail to is the static text. And here we, unfortunately, we are given the attribute name also as mail to there. That's all. Or if you're all confusing, change of that attribute name. I used like that. So here, mail to @domain name. So this is going to generate me the things now. This is my first attribute. This is my first attribute. Next. What next? The inner HTML. What you want is a inner HTML. That is another attribute or content. That is another attribute or content. That is the content of the tag, attribute of the tag. Come on, man. Content of the tag, attribute of the tag. Content, not attribute. This is attribute. This is content. Okay. think we have content dot set content. Content dot set content. What is the content you want? What is the content you want? Here also, see guys, if inner HTML is not given, if inner HTML is not given, if inner HTML is given, inner HTML should be the content. Inner HTML is not given, then I should verify mail to and domain name, combine them and use. If these are not there, then target address. Again, all condition checking you should do now. Check it, all of you. I've written all the conditions here. First condition. If not, null or empty of inner HTML means inner HTML is there. Take it as a content then. Take it as a content. Option 2. What is that? Target address is there. When inner HTML is not there, I'm checking. Oh, you have a target address then? I'll take target address now. No, your inner HTML also not present. Target address is also not present. Then what I'm doing? I'm taking mail to and domain name and using there. Okay. So this is the way how you are going to write your code. I said you it is very simple, man. Just only thing. First tell what tag do you want? I want anchor tag. Next tell what attributes you want. Next tell what content you want. That's it. Today we have only one attribute, but tomorrow there can be multiple attributes. Multiple attributes, you should define all the attributes, whatever is required. So like this, we are going to write all the code. Which method? Process method. And to write that, we're required to take the help of the output. This is the one which is going to write the output to you. And what about this class? I said, today I don't have, but tomorrow, in case if at all you want to use any sessions or application code in your application, cookies, sessions, or anything, then you're required to take the help of tag helper context. The context will provide you access to sessions and applications to you. In that scenario, now I don't want them. I did not use them. In case required, we will use context there. But now what is important is the second parameter only. What is that? Output. My class is ready. Tell me what the first step I done. Come on. Read. First step. That's the first step. Second step. What are you targeting? Email. So my class name should be email tag helper. Mandatory. Don't change that. You can't change that. It should be same as the tag we are targeting, suffixed with tag helper. Step 3. I'm expecting 4 properties. I defined all the 4 properties now. Step 4. Yeah, I have overridden the process method now. I overridden the process method and implemented the code. Okay. Step 5. Array, see how I'm using the predefined tag helpers. I'm importing that particular thing in the view imports file. Yesterday we done it or not? Star, comma, the namespace name. Same way now you're required to import this also in your code now. Where? View imports file. Last step. Stop consuming the new tag helper class in the required views. Okay. Well, guys, I did not still. I completed 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. What is pending? 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Okay, I will do that. Just a second. Before I do that, all of you observe in my index.cshtml, I am not using href there. Without using href, I'm using my email tag now. I'm using my email tag. Are you clear? And right now, see, this color did not change. Means it is not still recognized or registered as a tag helper now. And run the page. What do you see? Let us see what will be the output of it. Nothing is coming there. Why, sir? HTML has a behavior. What is that? If it understands, it will display you. If it doesn't understand, ignores. HTML doesn't have any tag called email tag here. It did not understand that. That's why it is not displaying that now. Are you clear? HTML is an error-free language. If it understands, interprets, displays it. Doesn't understand, ignores it. It's not showing you. Why? It did not understand. Shall we make it work? One thing do then. What? Go to the view imports file now. Go to the view imports file, and the view imports file, add the project namespace. How? Where is the view imports? Views folder, view imports. How, guys? At the rate, add tag helper, star, comma, your project namespace, MVC Core. Intelligence is not working. Yeah. This is the namespace. MVC Core tag helpers. MVC Core tag helpers. Okay. We're just going to add the property. See, this is predefined libraries. This one, Yoda defined. This is Yoda defined. This is from predefined. This is for Yoda defined. Okay. And come to index. Watch. The color got changed off already. The color changed there means what is the meaning? It's working. It is working. Remove there and come here. It'll show you the maroon color. Maroon color means HTML tag, not recognized as a tag helper. And once I added that line, immediately it changed off here, and run now and see whether we get the expected output or not. / account. Check. Here what you got? Support marketing. Here we got contact. But when I click on this, already we configured, see there, support@narashetty.com. Here, marketing@narashetty.com. And here, even though it shows contact, sales@narashetty contact. Okay, I think I used contact there. Anything, what you like. Inner text is contact. Or you say inner text as, okay, that is only better. Let us leave. For sales, contact. It will be the text what it comes. Oh, I forgot to show you the. Just to go to view page source and watch. What is rendered? Anchor tag is rendered. What are the attributes now? href. And first one, there is no inner HTML. So that's what came now. Support@narashetty.com. For second one also, there is no inner HTML. What came? Marketing@narashetty.com is coming. But the third one, you have the inner HTML. So that's what came. Contact. Tomorrow, any tag you plan and work. That's all. Very simple process, man. What to tell? Add a class. Inherit from tag helper. What properties you want? Define them. What tag are you targeting first? Means today my tag name is email is my tag. Tomorrow you want your tag with your company name now. You want to define a tag with your company name. You're working for some company. You're working for, suppose you're working for Infosys. I want to define one tag called Infosys now. Write a class, Infosys tag helper. That's it. Write the rendering code what you want. Whenever Infosys is used, automatically it should render the thing what I put there now. Whenever Infosys is used, I want to render H1. Yeah, you can do the rendering code now. Are you clearer? Yes or not? Try, guys. I'm giving a task for you. What that is? Define a tag helper with the name. Define a tag helper with the name called as NIT tag helper. Means when this should come now? When this should come? When I used NIT tag, or NIT tag helper, you'll use will come. Huh? Email tag helper is coming into action when I use email tag now. Now, NIT tag helper class should come when I use NIT. Suppose if I write NIT in my code, the tag helper should come into action. Are you getting me or not? I will only write like this. What? NIT. I will only write NIT And here I will write some name now. Okay, hello world. Understood? This is what I will write. But what should be rendered, it should render me as H1. Okay. And it should get me all the attributes also now. What? Background, style, background hyphen color is yellow. Color should be red. Text hyphen align is equals to center by hello world by H1. I don't have any attributes, just simple. NIT is what I will use, that's all. Are you getting me or not? Okay. Now see, if I write NIT, okay, and here if I say BG color is equals to aqua, and color is equals to something like a green, and write hello world. Can you guess what's my expectation now? Use brain, yeah. In the place of background color, aqua should come. In the place of color, green should come. Is it clearer? If at all, I'll specify, I will write align is equals to, and I will say right. Now the text align should be right. But I won't use, these are my own attributes. My own attributes like BG color. Here I'll say text color. Here I'll say text align. I will write my own. But when I write, this is what it has to render. Okay, be careful in conditioning. Did not give text align, center should come off. Did not give text color, red should come off. Did not give PG color. I can use in any combination. Don't think like only two combinations. I will use only PG color without the rest. I will use PG color, text align. I'll use text color. Just now I shown you the different conditions there now. You need to all do the same thing. Understood my point? What should be your class name? NIT tag helper should be the class name. Okay. See, first practice this year. After that, there only write of NIT tag helper and write all your conditions. No need importing also. Already imported. In this folder only, first after practicing this, in this folder only, write off a class called NIT tag helper and give the implementation for what I said. Okay. Guys, these attributes and how you want to write them, write, no problem. Just BG color, background color, how you want to give your own names, give them. But be careful, what names you are using, the same should be in your code also. Okay. Fine. So it's all about the tag helpers here. I shown you how to work with predefined tag helpers. I shown you how to develop user-defined tag helpers. And user-defined tag helper is a damn simple code. Just only a class inheriting from tag helper. Second, define the properties if required, otherwise ignore them. Third, override the process method. There you will find output. Output.tag name is equals to write the tag name. Output.attribute.set attribute, write the attribute name. Output.content.set content, write the content you want. That's it. Those three things you require to remember. One, tag name. Attributes.set attribute, content.set content. These are the three things. In that, you just give the rendering code what you want. Automatically, it will generate you the expected outputs. Okay. So fine, guys. So this is all how you just build up your tag helpers. Okay, now? Well, you can create your own views by using this. Going forward, I'll create all the views tag helpers only now. Okay, going forward, I'll create all the views with the help of tag helpers only right now. Okay, next. Okay, we are clear with the controllers now. And one thing we came to newly is in the views, don't use HTML helpers, use tag helpers. That is what. But rest everything is same as your ASP.NET MVC 5. No need to specially talk about it. Then we'll just go to database coding, guys. We'll go to data management. We'll go to database. ADO.NET, LinkU, NT framework. I'm not directly jumping with ADO.NET and all. I want to show you data management. What's it? I want to manage some customers' data. I want to manage some customers' data. So create me all the views for what views? Add customer, display customers, display customer, add customer, get and post, edit and update customer, delete customer, creating. Now in the view creation, we'll use all tag helpers now. Let's not go with HTML helpers. Let's go with the tag helpers. We'll do it. And this should get the data now. I'm not directly going to database. We'll use XML as a data source. We'll use XML as a data source. Are you getting my point or not? I'm going to use XML as a data source. I'm not using a database. First, let us start with XML. Then I'll go to database. Anything like SQL Server or anything you can change. But first, we'll start with XML as a data source. Okay. So guys, we are learning about the concept of data management, data management using, I'm creating a new project. Guys, from today, we are doing a project development. From today until my last class, until the hosting, I won't change the project. Is it clear? I will include everything into it now. Database coding. Okay. Exception handling. We'll include database coding. We'll include exception handling. We'll just go for all these particular things. What is it? Facebook authentication, Google authentication, Forms authentication. Everything will do it. The same project only will work until hosting. Means we are jumping into project development now. Are you clear? Okay. I'm creating a project with the name MVCDH. Yeah, I said all the three, but my suggestion is go with seven. Go with 7. A target framework as directly I'll mention. Target framework as .NET 7. Not long-term support. What is that? Standard term support. Okay, so just create a project. And now I'm directly opening. Already 2 times I opened your blank project and showed you how to convert into MVC project. Now again, I'm not wasting my time. Directly I'll go with a model view controller. Name is MVC Dates project. Watch guys. Create a new project. Choose ASP.NET Core Web App Model View Controller. Give a name. MVCDH project. Location is our folder. All same. Click on the next button. Choose 7. Standard term support. Configure for HTTPS. Do not use top level. You know all this particular thing. That's why in the notes I did not mention it again. Simply I said, create a .NET 7.0 standard term support. Don't forget, configure for HTTPS, and don't forget, do not use top level elements. Okay. So just click on the create. Now, you want to use XML as a data source. Right? Data source, anything which is capable of storing the data is called as data source. We can have data source as a database also. We can use a file also as a data source now. But now my data source is a file. Which file? XML file. We can use Excel files also. But my plan is to use XML as my data source. Okay. So what is my next step is, I am adding one XML file in the project. Add a new XML file in the project. What is the name? customer.xml. So come here, just add one file. See guys, all of you, WW root, controllers, models, views, everything is ready. Go to program class, and in the program class, see that. No, this one. Add controller with views. And here automatically it has written the exception handling code. And also use static files. And also all these things. It has added you extra middlewares also. We need them. There, I need to manually add. But here, already added. Already the middlewares are added. And this is for HTTPS redirection. What is that? If you use HTTP, redirects to HTTPS. That is for the redirections what we have. Okay. We are getting a file called customer.xml. Right click, add a new item. Search for .xml. XML not there. Search for XML. Give a name. Customer.xml. Click on the add button. Docker is a complete different architecture. It is out of the syllabus to speak about Docker in the classroom. Yeah, guys, I'm storing some customer data. Just 3 records. That's all. 3 records of what I'm storing. You can see customers is a root element. Under that, customer, ID, name, balance, city, status. Again, multiple customers. Just 3 records are what we have. Okay. Now, can you define me a controller? Can you define me a controller with all the required views now? What views? Display customers, display customer, add. Okay, we'll do it. But to get all this data, we need to go for a DAL code now. DAL coding is required now. To perform all the CRUD operations, we require to write the DAL code because I'm not using any NT framework. If I use NT framework will give me all the options to me. I did not use anything. What I'm using is a normal XML. So I require to write my DAL code now. Are you getting me? Okay. How do you write the DAL code to do this? In the models class, add a, we'll name it as customer XML DAL. I think that is the name I used in my project. That's why I'm writing like that. Customer XML DAL. Any name you like, man. No props. Okay. But to create the models, you need a customer class now. Model class. You need a model class also. Okay. So add a model class also in the models folder. Add a class. What is the class name? Customer. These 5. Customer ID, name, balance, city, and status. Customer class. Your model class is ready. And is a class important for designing all the views now. And this is the DAL class where I require to implement all my code now. You want to use it now. Guys, XML data, you want to read in the application. And all of you have learned about this in your ADO.NET classes, recollect. Data set will internally hold you the data in XML format only. Data set will internally hold you the data in XML format. All the contents of the data set will be in the XML format. Okay. So now we have the data in a file now. So data set gives you a method called read XML. Read, pass the path of the file. All the content is loaded in the data set. In ADO.NET classes, you learned loading data into data set from a database now. How do you load? You create one adapter and you call fill method and data loads. But no, nothing required. Create a data set called read XML. When you call read XML, the data from XML will load up in the application now. That's it. So first import system dot data namespace, system dot data. Okay. Well, now just watch, guys. I'm declaring a data set, empty data set. Then I'll write a constructor. And in the constructor, I will load the data from the XML file into data set. That's all. What I'm doing, see, creating an instance. Read XML. What is that? It's directly in the project only. No need to give the path and all the thing. Directly it's in the project root. So simply customer.xml. So when I run this, it will automatically load all the data into the data set. It is going to load you the data into the data set now. Are you clear? But guys, if at all you want to perform updates and deletes and all, you need a primary key. You cannot do an update and delete without a primary key now. Sir, if it's a database, I can use a primary key, but the data set, how can I use? If it's an XML, how can I use a primary key? If you're working with a database, on the database table, I can use customer ID primary key now. But XML, the data is not in a database. Tomorrow, if this is in the database, customer ID is a primary key. But now this is not in a database now. So how can I make it primary key? In XML, you cannot do. But once the data is loaded in the data set, you can add a primary key to the data set. You can add a primary key to the data set. How? You want to add a primary key for a table, right? Which table? One table only there. 0th table only. Okay. Watch the code. Tables of 0 refers to dot is equals to which column is the primary key column? You know, composite primary keys na? Composite primary key means one primary key imposed on multiple columns. Correct? It's an array. Why? To provide you composite. You put a comma. Tomorrow with the composite, you put a comma and you can write another column name now. Customer ID, name. Both are my composite primary key. Today I have one only, but a composite. That is why the option is data column array. It is not a data column. It's an array. Why? Giving a provision for composite primary keys if required. I don't want. But tomorrow, if there is a requirement like this in your office, what to do? That's an array. You can put a comma and write one more column name there. So now I have only a single primary key and this is my primary key. Yeah, guys. Whenever the instance of this class is created, where will you create the instance? In the controller, I'll create. Right, DAL class instance is created in the controller only. In the controller, I'll create. What it will do? It will create a data set, loads the data and sets the primary key. And my data set is ready. And now you can write all the methods in it for adding a customer, updating a customer, deleting a customer, and also selecting the customer. You can write your methods now. You can start writing all your methods now. Okay. Well, we'll continue the next session, guys. We'll continue the process in the next class. Are you clear till now? We are just going to create one XML file and a DAL class. We did not define a controller or action methods still. All that is all pending. We'll first finish the DAL class. Then we'll go to control.
Recording stopped.